This is Matrix Lord 212. I want to talk about is the classic series of Doctor Who now. The Doctor in the past has stated that his mentor was this monk on Gallifrey. Now, this man, of course, would be a man of peace, a man of good, and basically shaped the Doctor to be that way. But there was also another group of Time Lords of the dark aspect that took the Master and let him look into the temporal schism, which made him go mad, I guess. So here's the thing now. Are these offshoots from the Time Lords, what are they practicing is what I'm really trying to get at. I'm thinking that there's been a group of Time Lords that doesn't agree with the Council, maybe two factions that also believe that there's ways to regenerate beyond the limits. Now, evidence of this is with the monk in John Pertwee's era, because we first saw that there were ways to regenerate without I guess the energy or whatever it would be. Now, back then the special effects weren't that great, but the monk kind of melded with another person and melded like a human, which melded into a new joint monk, I guess. And this was repeated in the Fourth Doctor time as the Master merged with I guess a Trock, and you can't say really it's a human. I guess they're aliens, but he merged with them, with this guy, and became a new Master. So there are other forms of regeneration, and I'm believing that there were ways, like I guess the monk was possibly teaching the Doctor different things besides regeneration. Now, it seems that the Doctor is the only one that has a problem with regenerating. The Master doesn't. None of them really do. I mean, it's very easy to them. Even River Song, it seems like, it's easy to her. And then you can't say, well, the Doctor has a problem with regenerating because he's part human. Because think about River Song. I mean, Amy and Rory are human, supposedly. So she has no problem, no sickness, no nothing with regeneration, but for some reason the Doctor does. So that's a big question I have. Another thing too, this dark side of the Time Lords that were basically shaping the Master. What was their purpose, really? And does it have anything to do with the Valyard? Because the Valyard, is technically still around, I think, if the Time Lords are still around. And we don't know if when the Valyard traveled back in time, he traveled to the Sixth Doctor's time first, or if he traveled back to ancient times. Because, there's no evidence that he only first appeared in the Sixth Doctor's time to put him on trial and steal his regenerations. So there's a lot of things to talk about. The Time Lord Society, what were they really about? The Doctor said that the classic Time Lords of old were great and awesome, but yet in the past, he talked about how they were boring and they were terrible. But then here comes a new generation of Time Lords, or maybe just regenerated ones, and Time Lord Society has fallen apart where there's constantly war, I guess. So I'm very curious to see if they show more of different glimmers of the past with Time Lord Society. Not necessarily giving hints about the Doctor or the Master, but just talk about it. I mean, they did this in the classic episode with Tom Baker, where Tom Baker told Romana, the second regeneration of Romana, that the Time Lords had a massive war already. They had a war with vampires, which was very interesting. And he said that it was legend that the Time Lords went to war. But, that's the thing, that a society that's been around for billions of years, to say that they only were at war twice would be absolutely ridiculous, I would think, because I'm sure in their beginnings there was constantly many wars. So I do believe that Rassilon is the Rassilon of old, regenerated. And I'm very curious as to what happened to Romana, because if we do count dimensions in time, which I really hope we didn't, but they always count everything, that would mean that she escaped E-Space. But then if we go by the audio adventures, I haven't really listened to any of them, but I heard that she was Lord President of Gallifrey. So, I really don't know, but it's something I really want to get into. I want to read, listen to the Big Finish episodes. But I think they need to show in Series 7 or 8, I think that a Time Lord needs to make an appearance. And I'm not talking about the Master, I'm talking about the Rani. I do hope that Laura Pulver becomes the Rani, and I think she would be a great threat to Matt Smith's time as the Doctor. I think that we need to see that. I also do think we need to see John Sim return as the Master and mess around a little bit with Matt Smith. And if he was to regenerate, okay, so that way we would have a new Master for a new Doctor, that would be fine. But I still want to see a whole episode with John Sim. I don't know if this is going to happen. So far, John Sim has said it's nonsense, it's not happening, I guess, because Internet Movie Database stated that it was. So, I'm hoping that we get to see more of the classic foes. I do hope somehow we see the return of the Jaggeroth, because in the City of Death, it wasn't really revealed if he was killed. I mean, he was inside the time device and it was destroyed, so maybe he was stuck some other place. But it was revealed that there was many different, he was splintered in time. So I'm sure that the Doctor could bump into another aspect of that Jaggeroth. So I'm hoping that, and a lot of people from these new fans don't know what I'm talking about, but if you want to know what I'm talking about, check out the episode called City of Death from the 4th Doctor, Tom Baker's time. It's even though the effects are kind of cheesy, it was one of the greatest episodes, I think, of the time. So, alright, that's it for now, but I can't wait for Doctor Who. Tomorrow's the trailer. Get ready. Alright, bye-bye.